It's Friday. We've made it to the end of the prayer week, and it's been a great week, that is for sure. And again, thanks to Sue for everything that's been prepared, for the sessions that have been led. Thank you for you as well that have interacted and joined in and allowed God to use this week for you and in your spiritual walk. At the end of this week, we can reflect back and we can think about having waited with purpose, having our eyes open to who Jesus is and where he is in our life, being prepared to be the people that God needs us to be, and allowing God to restore and equip us in serving him in all that we are. How then are all these things lived out for us as people of faith? We are by nature, especially in the life of the Salvation Army, people who like to do, people who like action. The Salvation Army, I think, probably has a reputation for that. But I want to focus on what our actions look like in our everyday and how we reveal the kingdom of God in who we are through those actions in faith. This is what James 2 verse 14 to 22 says. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is that? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. But someone will say, "You have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by my deeds. You believe that there is one God. Good. Even the demons believe that and shudder. You foolish person, do you want evidence that faith without deeds is useless? Was it not our father Abraham considered righteous for what he did when he offered his son Isaac on the altar? You see that his faith and his actions were working together, and his faith made complete by what he did." One of my observations over the past few years is that our world seems to want us to decide which side we are on. And this has polarised people, families, community, and even nations. And that's one of the reasons I love this verse, is because it really challenges us to thinking about how we serve and live and love together. I particularly like the last verse that says that faith and action should work together. You can't separate them. You can't polarise them. This is both for us as a people and for the church fellowship as a whole. We need both. We need faith and we need actions. Now, you may feel that you are more of a faith than action type of person, or maybe you're more of an action type of person and faith is more difficult for you. But we can't do without one or the other. We have to have both for ourselves and for our church. Now, if we are to see the kingdom come to fruition in our church and in our community, both of these things need to exist. So what does that look like? I guess you could say it's the million-dollar question. How do we make sure that these two things not just coexist, but interact with one another in our world and in our church? Well, for me, to be most effective for the kingdom, all that we do, our actions, must be done from a place of faith, pointing towards God. Our actions are only as good as our faith, and vice versa. This can be in all things. So here is a little exercise I want you to try today to kind of make my point and to help us process what it looks like for you, for me, for faith and actions to work and serve together. Think about what you are doing today Write them down in a list of all the things that you have to do, from the small things, from the washing up, to putting in the laundry, to doing the shopping, to picking up the kids on the school run, to whatever it may be. You know your day. Write all the things down that you are doing today in a list and think about them. Why are you doing them? What purpose do they have in your life? What purpose do they have for the kingdom of God? But ask yourself this question, regardless of if it's a mundane task or what you would determine as a highly spiritual task. How can you do each of those things faithfully for God's kingdom to be seen? Consider that for just a moment. Then, looking down your list as you ponder that question, pray that each of those things will be used for God's kingdom, so that others may see your faith in action. That others may see your faith in the smallness as well as the big things. That your faith will be lived out in who you are in every aspect of your day. For faith and actions are of one, because they are of God. And I pray today that you will live in this faith as you do what God needs you to do. May God bless you from this prayer week, and I pray that he will continue to speak to you as we continue to listen.